Hello folks, welcome to my other Musings channel once more, where I try to give out and do bi-weekly tarot readings based on inner guidance. So today I've come up with a reading that talks about different issues related with love and relationships. What you may be going through right now, in terms of your love connections, in terms of your relationships, what is about to change, what you should be looking forward to, what you should probably change, to make a difference in your life in terms of relationships, in terms of, lasting, loving connections, those lasting bonds. So that's what this particular tarot reading will try to discuss. And as usual, you have 4 groups in front of you. You have the group number 1. This is a blue amethyst crystal. This is group number 1. We have the group number 2. This is a gypsum rosette. This is group number 2. We have this is group number 3. This is a pink quartz. And then finally we have group number 4. This is a red jasper. Right. So 4 groups. Again, group number 1, group number 2, group number 3, group number 4. As usual, once I am done with my introduction, I'm going to keep the 4 groups in front of you for about a minute or so that you can pause the video if needed. You can try to contemplate on these groups and choose the one group or the crystal that you are immediately drawn to based on your gut feeling, based on your intuition. And once you have chosen your group, you can go in the description box below and click on the timestamp for that particular group, and I will meet you in your particular group. Now again, just a reminder, this is a general reading and it's a timeless reading. Particularly this reading over here, whenever you are seeing this reading, it should apply to you from that point onwards. And since it's a general reading, whatever I say, different things may apply to different sections of you. So please choose whatever best resonates with you and ignore the rest. So having said so, I'm going to now pause and I'm going to let you choose your group, and I'm going to meet you in your particular group. Hey, group number 1, for those of you who are drawn to this particular crystal, amethyst, this is your group. Let's see what kind of signals we get from your tarot deck in terms of what kind of love connections, what kind of emotional issues that you may have gone through that is waiting for you in terms of love. So group number 1, I feel like in your case, first of all, you people who have chosen this group, you people are you are of a higher vibration, right? So when I talk about love in your case, it's going to be largely not of the materialistic, not the mundane love that we talk about generally, when you talk about love between 2 people, love between husband and wife, or love between, say, lovers, all that. But in your case, it is more about a higher form of love, right? And I think in your case, your so-called love life, like the one that where it is mainly about an affair between a man and a woman, or an affair or a love relationship between a husband and wife, anything like that. In your case, I think you have gone through that, right? And in your case, it has not been successful to that extent, in your life. So you may be people for whom relationships may not have worked out always in your favor. You may be people for whom, you may have had a very turbulent marital life or family life. You may have, had issues. No, and when I say turbulent, it doesn't have to be like very turbulent. All I'm saying is, in your case, your family life may not have been, may not have given you the fulfillment, the happiness to the extent that, you would have desired. Maybe in your case, your family life or, your love affair, whatever it is, has still left you with something to be desired, right? So you feel like, despite having gone through the usual, affairs, usual relationships, usual love, loving relationship with a husband or with a wife or, or with your lover, there is still something in you that has left you little unsatisfied, little displeased, little unfulfilled, right? And I feel you have also had to come to terms, you have also had to, fight with your ego, right? With your sense of, probably righteousness, or, your sense of, a strong sense of what is right or what is wrong, right? And in your case, so that also could have come in the way in your relationships, right? So wherever, you had to interact with someone from the opposite sex, or even in the same sex, whatever it is, it has been probably, your headstrong attitude, your tendency to not be flexible, not see eye to eye on different issues, may have also sometimes caused you trouble, may have also, proven to be an hindrance or a hindrance in your that perfect, very loving affair, or that perfect marital life, whatever it is, right? But I think, so here the message is you are people, who have lot to offer. And I can see, why you have often felt headstrong, why you have often felt like your way is the right way. Because you certainly have that sense of wisdom, that sense of knowledge, that sense of insight, probably slightly more than others, right? And as I told you before, you are people of higher vibrations, right? So you probably see things in a way that other people may fail to realize, right? So you may probably, get more insight about things that other people may not see, right? And that's why, sometimes, you have clashed with other people because you have not been able to convince them about your belief, just because, they are not seeing the things the way you are seeing. You are seeing things in a different way, right? And so as a result of that, it has not been a very smooth sailing for you in terms of your mundane love affair. But what's more important is if you look at the spread of card over here, there's a lot of card. I get two fundamental and clear message from all this, right? One is there's a greater love affair waiting for you because you are being called upon to serve humanity. Your love is not meant for any one single person. Your love is not meant for any one single family, right? But you have it in you to extend your love to the entire humanity, to be of service for a higher power. See, I have the higher power over here, right? I have the destiny, right? It says, all that shall I need to know as I walk shall now be shown, right? Then you have the knowledge card. Let me connect above and below. let the knowledge of ancestors flow, right? Then you have the star over here, right? And then you also have the angel Rasbar, right? So when I look at all these cards, it clearly is talking about some new inspiration coming to you, some new possibilities opening up for you, where you begin to realize that your life is an unfinished symphony, right? So whatever you have traveled so far in terms of your normal mundane love relationships, normal affairs, may have been successful to an extent, may not have been successful, may not have given you that sense of joy, that sense of fulfillment, that has only taken you so far. But now your actual path begins. That's why it's an unfinished symphony, right? So a lot of unfulfilled, a lot of potentials are waiting to emerge, right? And that potential is all about, yielding yourself to the higher service. That's what this angel Rasbar indicates, right? So you are being called upon to be of service, to serve humanity, to serve creation, to love not one person, but to shower your love on everyone, because this world, can really do with people of higher vibration, who can give a healing touch, who can, because one person, their positive thought process, their positive healing touch can really make a huge difference, right? And also I have the Arise card over here, right? So this has come out reversed. If I turn it up in upside, then you can see that this person is again a little bit depressed, right? Is a little bit probably taken down, right? But he or she is not seeing this bright, luminous being who's standing in front, who's calling her, for a higher purpose. So this card has again come out to you, and it has come out reversed. I think simply because you are still not seeing that, right? So you have to arise. You have to arise and you have to see that, what is the greater purpose that you are being called for. And when I see this Arise card over here in the upside down, and I see the Empress over here upside down, right? And then I have the Devil card over here, upright, it has come out, in the right side, up, right? I think it all talks about, again, that sense of not being at ease with yourself temporarily, because again, it has not been probably very smooth sailing for you in terms of your normal loving relationships, love affairs, finding someone, who is very close to your heart, who you can trust. Maybe, people have, whoever you have trusted, whoever, you have tried to bring into your inner circle has betrayed your trust, right? Maybe, they have not been able to give you the right amount of joy and sense of fulfillment that you are expecting. Maybe they didn't really match your that high pedestal that you always set for yourself. Because again, you are people of higher vibration. You have a lot of insight about things. You see world maybe in a slightly different light, right? So that's why, people who have come into your life, they may not have been able to fulfill that high expectations in your life, right? And also, what I was mentioning earlier, because of that, because of, your tendency to not always see eye to eye, your tendency to maybe, getting a little lost in your own sense of right or wrong, right? And not being able to compromise to an extent, that has, whatever that is, because of that, you have been left a little down, little depressed, not perfectly, at ease with yourself, right? But that's why now the universe is calling you, because, they're showing you that new insight, the new inspiration, right? The new possibility that is waiting for you, where you are being called to use that knowledge, to use that higher vibration, that sense of inner love, for a higher purpose, for a higher destiny, right? And be the light, be the shining light on others. Shower your love. So maybe, you should really, try your hands, with volunteering work, with some kind of a healing work, whatever that needs healing, that needs counseling, that needs, interacting with older people, maybe, interacting with children, maybe interacting with, with the sick and the helpless. So I would strongly urge for, for group number 1 people to really, unless, you are already involved with some sort of a volunteer organization or some sort of a spiritual organization, I would definitely encourage you, to really spend your time and, spend your energy in trying to reach out to, helpless people, trying to reach out to people, who are not very fortunate, who are at an advanced age, who are maybe recovering from some, from some very difficult disease, and they can really use your healing touch. They can really make use of your, of your higher vibrations, right? I think that's where the world, the divine powers are, calling you to step in. So in your case, it is all about, that victory and success, because remember that victory, that success that is waiting for you, it is really all about, again, so keeping your ego in check. So understanding that whatever insight that you have, whatever inner wisdom, inner knowledge that you have, it is more about spreading that knowledge, it is more about spreading that light to others in a more positive way, right? Remembering, to basically staying grounded, right? And not losing the sight of who you really are, and using that knowledge, using that insight in a more positive way, to spread a healing touch, right? To show others, what they may be failing to see, but not, by taking a very stiff, rigorous stance, that you may have taken before. Not by really getting into arguments with others, right? But really leveraging that to reach out and to, be a healing light, spread that message lovingly, right? Show others what they may be failing to see, in a very loving way, caring way, tender way, right? I think that's what your destiny is, right? That's what, the universe is calling you to, really fulfill. So it's a very positive group, and I think, in your case, it's definitely about love. It's definitely about, loving relationship. But in your case, it's more about forming a bond, forming a relationship with the entire creation, forming a relationship with whatever, that God has created, finding yourself in God's creation. And ultimately, in your case, it's about forming that loving, that permanent, loving, strong relationship with the divine, right? And again, so your choice of amethyst is obviously an indication of that higher vibration. So I think that's all I have for you, my group number 1. It's overall a very positive spread. And I hope and I wish all the best for you. Definitely, join a spiritual organization, do meditation, join volunteering, whatever. If you're already in a healing profession like nursing, if you're doctors, if you're counselors, then I think you're best suited in that kind of job. If you're not, then, try to find out some other part-time hobbies, part-time professions, where you can really interact with the destitutes, with the helpless, with the sick, the downtrodden, also interacting with animals. Maybe, volunteering in an animal shelter will also be really good use of your potential, of your talent, of your life's mission. So that's all I have, my group number 1. Hope this resonates with you. If it does, don't forget to like me, like this channel, subscribe, and leave me a comment. I can really use your help to grow my channel. And having said so, I'm going to see you in another video in the near future. For now, I take your leave. Bye. Hey, group number 2, for those of you who have chosen this Gypsum Rosette stone, this is for your reading. So you people have been suffering from some sort of almost a phobia, some sort of a paranoia when it comes to love. I think in your case, group number 2, it's almost like you have been through maybe one or many unsuccessful relationships, unsuccessful affairs, where the other person has betrayed you, has betrayed your love, has failed to meet your expectations, and you have as a result felt that your love was misplaced. It was you had trusted the wrong person, right? So and in some cases it has also been a case of really not finding the right person whom you can really love. It was probably more about like casual flings, casual affairs, maybe one night stands, stuff like that. It was not so much about love, right? And so it's kind of and it depends. It's a general reading. So depending on your exact situation, it will be a little bit different. But I think the picture that is coming out is one of not finding that person in your life whom you can trust implicitly, who is meant for you, the person who you are meant to be with in your entire life. So you haven't really come across that person yet, right? And so you haven't been able to come across a person whom you can open your heart, right? That's why it said the human gift. This card has come out reversed. See the human gift, right? So what is the human gift? It is our gift, our greatest gift as human beings is our ability to love, is our ability to trust others. These are the core human values, right? That love, care, tender, the relationships. That's what that is what makes us really human. Our humanity, our human values. That's what makes us human. So this has come out reversed. So again, when I see this card over here, and then I see the Three of Emotions or the Three of Cups is coming out reversed, then obviously you have the Lovers card coming out reversed, right? So all this tells me that you haven't really found that person who you can really trust and who you can really open up your heart, who you can really love, right? So it's more about, as I was mentioning before, it's more about like those occasional flirts, those casual relationships, those, maybe casual flings, or, where, you have tried to, form a relationship, you have tried to form a bond with someone, but then later on you have realized that that person is, not the one that you would want in your life, that person has not really lived up to your expectation. Right, that they are not someone who you can really trust implicitly, right? And as a result of that, that genuine passion in your life is lacking, right? See, the passion for purpose, right? Something that drives you, someone who's going to encourage you, who's going to be the source of passion for you, who's going to drive you forward, who will motivate you, right? I think that is lacking in your life right now. But the good thing is, there is someone coming in your life, and there's someone from your past. In a lot of cases, it could be someone from your past, right? It could be definitely someone who's going to bring in that healing touch for you, right? See here, we have the fertility card, right? Let all take root, seed and sprout. Let new life be all about. So someone is coming in that's going to change all that. Someone is coming in who you probably know from your past. Maybe, it was one of you that past relationships or past fling, but that same person, and maybe, both of you didn't realize it at that point, that, you had something more than a casual fling going on. And then later on, both of you, have had chance to think about this, right? And then, and you both have realized that, you are actually meant for each other, right? That's why that someone is coming into your life again, right? So again, I have the loyal heart, right? So again, it talks about, again, that loyalty, that someone, who you can implicitly trust, that someone, who is for you, who's going to be loyal to you, right? Who will be looking out for you, right? So definitely that someone is coming over, coming in your life, right? And trust in the divine guidance, right? So I think, you will you will get some indications as to who it could be. And I think some of you already know, or probably already has some idea who it can be. Maybe, you're thinking about that other person who, as I was telling over here, right? Maybe, you have already met someone who at that point, you may not have given much importance. But as you have seen, more of life, as you have, come across more different other people, that someone, who you had met before is now really beginning to stand out of the group, right? Is really now beginning to make an impression in your heart, right? And maybe that someone is also thinking about you, right? And I think, so definitely when I see the Tower card over here, so definitely a big change is coming in your life that's going to really bring in that other person in your life. That's going to really make a big difference in your life, right? It's also about, victory and success. So it's like finally, you are going to meet someone who's going to really reinvigorate your passion, who's going to really, who will really allow you to open up your heart, right? Who will really, provide that right push for whatever, the passion in life you have, right? Because I think what's happened is, you have gone through so many meaningless, casual relationships. And in some cases, I wouldn't even call them relationships. They were like, casual affairs, casual flirts, all, whatever. I think you get the picture. So that, you are now really, probably it was fun for you, for some time, but now it is really, left you kind of high and dry. It is kind of, now you're really beginning to feel lonely, and you're beginning to really feel, that need for someone, who you can talk to openly, who you can discuss different things openly, who understands you for what you are, who understands and recognizes, your qualities, your skills, right? And can help you and can help you move forward, right? And that's what's coming into your life, my group number 2. So definitely, and again, in some cases, it could be a little bit different also. And again, remember, it's a general reading. So I think in some cases, it could also be that you are really overindulging in more sensual things. You are maybe, in some cases, looking for more sensual pleasures, more brief, more, no hooks attached kind of things. And that's why you never bothered to, look for real, genuine love, right? And so now, and you never realized that the genuine love was lacking, in your life. And now you're at a point, where you are starting to look for that genuine love, right? Because now you're starting to look for that someone, who's going to bring that healing touch in your life, right? And that Tower moment is coming. So you are at a point, where you don't have to do anything. See, it says time for a nap, right? So definitely, just relax, just, wait it out. Don't try to do anything, right? Don't try to walk into any more of those unnecessary, meaningless, those affairs that are not giving you anything positive in return, right? So maybe it's also about changing your outlook a little bit, right? Maybe it's also about understanding that in life there is a need for you to settle down and for you to transform your attitude, from that looking for too many meaningless one night stands to more something that's going to that's going to help you become a more better person, that's going to help you really manifest your skills, your potentials, your life's passions. And again, whoever is coming, these few cards are very important. There's a fertility card over here, the memories of love, the victory and success, right? Divine guidance, and then loyal heart, right? And plus, you have the tarot card. So you have too many cards over here that talks about a change is coming. Someone, with a loyal heart is coming. Someone, you have met before. Someone, from your past, you have met before. Someone, who you already trust. Maybe, your childhood friend. Maybe your college friend. Maybe it was that school friend who you had crushed at one point. And they are walking into your life again, and they will be the one for you. Also, another thing is, we have a couple of 6 cards over here. See, that very interesting is, I have the victory and success, and then I have the memories of love. Both of them are number 6, side by side, it came out. Side by side. Plus, I have the lovers card over here itself, which is number 6, right? And then I have the time for a nap, 24. Again, 4 plus 2, 6, right? So I have a couple of 6 card over here. And again, 6 talks about, that communication, that harmony, that relationship, that genuine relationship, right? That marriage, right? So definitely, this is a spread about, new possibilities, new person coming in, someone, who you have always looked out for, but you may not have realized at the very beginning. Maybe, you were fooling yourself all the time, walking into these different so-called affairs, so-called relationships. And now that, at the end of all that, you have understood that all that has really not served you in any way, but has really blocked, you in a way, has really blocked your heart, has really blocked all your passions, has not really given you the right push. And so now you're waiting for that someone, and the someone is walking into your life, an old fling, or an old acquaintance, or that old, friend from the university, or from the college, or from the school, or maybe, someone who knows you already, and who knows all your, weaknesses, all your strength, and they are ready to accept you for what you are, right? And it is also about, you're changing your own perception. It's also about, you realizing that there's something more in life rather than, those casual things here and there. It's about, more settling down. And then, again, the divine guidance, right? Whispers from the beings who shine. Let their message be clear and kind, right? Again, so I think you are going to get indications. You probably already know in your heart, who is it, that is calling out to you, right? So listen to your heart, listen to your intuition, listen to your inner voice, right? That may be showing you, that may be trying to tell you who is it, right? And again, it's because of the memories of love. It's because of someone who you already know, someone who you have already met before, right? So that is the person in your life. I think that's the strong message I get. So definitely change is coming. A more positive change is coming in your life. So whatever you have been looking out for so far is going to now manifest in your life, my group number 2. And again, lastly, I will say that, your choice of this gypsum stone is also very interesting, right? It again talks about that healing and that coming out of that phobia, that paranoia, right? That's what if you remember, that's what I had mentioned at the very beginning of this reading. Because, you have been through so many of those unsuccessful things. You have been through so many people, who didn't really match up to your standard, who you couldn't really open up your heart, maybe who cheated you, maybe who betrayed your trust. Maybe you are looking in the wrong places all this time, right? And so that's why, you have grown a certain amount of paranoia, a kind of a phobia about relationships, right? But all that's about to change, right? That phobia is going to go away, and you are going to meet the right person in your life. And again, most likely that person you already know, someone from your past, right? So just victory is coming, success is coming. Again, listen to your heart, listen to your intuitions, listen to your inner voice. And I think, you will know where to look for. I think most of you in the group, know who I'm talking to, who I'm referring about, right? So all my best, and hope this brings a more positive change and transformation in your life, my group number 2. And saying this, I'm going to end the reading over here. If you do like this, don't forget to give me a like and subscribe to my channel and leave me a comment. And I hope to see you in another video in the future. For now, I take your leave. Bye. Hey, group number 3, for those of you who have chosen this this pink quartz, this will be your reading. And I can straight away tell you this will be about rediscovering your potential, your inner skills and your talent, and that's what is going to bring you a healing. Lots of healing in your life is going to happen, but this healing will take place in your life in a different way. So in your case, my group number 3, it is about love, but it is about changing the direction of your love. I think in your case, it's moving away from one kind of love towards another kind of love. It's moving away from one kind of love that has left you, that has given you a lot of trouble, that has given you a lot of, that has caused a lot of anguish in your life, towards another love that's going to bring you more sense of fulfillment, that's going to bring you more sense of accomplishment, right? As if you have done something worthwhile in your life, this life, and it's going to also in the process bring you a lot of healing, bring you a lot of inner joy and inner happiness. I think that's what this particular pink quartz represents over here, right? So anyway, let's see. So as I was telling before, so there has been an incident, or you may be going through an incident right now where it's a painful process, where you are going through some sort of a separation from your other half. Now, it could be in a relationship, where a long-standing relationship is about to fall apart. It could be, in a marriage, where a marriage is not working out, and you have either gone through a painful divorce, or you have gone through you and your other half, you are now living in separation, right? And so this has been a painful process for you right now. And again, either you have just gone through it, or you may be in the process of going through it, or the situation, you are still in that relationship, but pretty much that it is not going to work out. That the way it is going, that the way the relationship is going, the way the marriage is going, it's going to eventually fall apart. Things are not working out, right? And so obviously, I have this, the Sacred Union card. It's I don't know if you can see, it says Sacred Union, right? And then it has come out reversed. So this is the actual card, the way it looks like upright, right? So again, so definitely this, plus I have the 5 of materials. 5 of materials, reversed, right? So when I look at these 2 cards, it's definitely, talks about that. And so also I have the 6 of sword over here, right? So you've gone through a process, you are in a relationship where things are not working out, and plus I have the conflict and defeat card over here. So clearly, I don't need to say anything else. It clearly, there's been a lot of conflict, and you may have, you may feel let down, you may feel defeated by the situation, by your better half, by the circumstances, right? You feel frustrated, you feel anguished. There's a deep sense of anguish, there's a deep sense of frustration, some lamentation, right? Regret. And you may be asking as to why all this happened, right? You may be asking, what have you done wrong? What you could have done to make it all work? Why is it all falling apart, right? And so definitely, I have the light card over here, right? So again, it has come out reversed. So this is the way it looks upright, the light, right? And so again, it has come out reversed. So clearly, in your life right now, you are feeling like things are closing on you, and there is darkness all around. You don't know why all this is happening, right? But there's a very positive message for you over here. If you remember what I said at the very beginning, so I think in one chapter of your life is closing, right? That other relationship or that other so-called love affair that you were involved in, whether it's a marital or, whether it's some sort of a long-standing relationship or some affair, it's closing out for you. But I think in the process, it's bringing in another kind of love. It's basically paving the way for you to rekindle your passion. I feel like this particular group, you have some talents. You are people who have a lot of skills to offer to this world, a lot of gift. You are gifted, right? And so that's why I have this night of inspiration, right? So clearly it is time for you to change your direction and move towards something else, right? And plus I have the Six of Voice, or the Six of Sword card. So I have the Six of Sword card over here side by side with the Knight of Inspiration. So both of them talks about movement. Both of them talks about moving away from one thing and towards another thing, right? It talks about introspection also. Plus, you have the Six of Sword over here and the Y card, right? So they also talk about introspection, like asking yourself, okay, whatever has happened. Now, what is the way out of this? How do I, go from darkness towards light, right? What is it that I should be doing? And there, there's a couple of cards that are very interesting. You have this new gown, right? So it's as if like, you are taking on something different. You are shedding your old gown and you're putting on a new gown. Or in another way, you're closing one thing, you're shedding off whatever that doesn't serve you anymore, right? Again, the Six of Swords talks about the same thing. Moving away from one thing that has closed for you, right? That's not going to serve any purpose for you other than keeping you in the dark, right? That has nothing positive to offer to you anymore. Moving away from that, right? And then taking on a new gown. What is that new gown? If you remember, that's what I was talking about earlier. You people are very creative people, right? So clearly you have creativity card over here. You have harvest card over here, right? So both creativity and harvest talks about some manifesting that potential. It is time for you to manifest that inner potential, that inner skills. Maybe because of this relationship, in your all that effort to make your relationship work, right? Or maybe your relationship was so uncomfortable for you all this while. Maybe so claustrophobic for you. Maybe it was keeping you suppressed. Your relationship was not letting you, really manifest your inner talent, manifest what you want to do, manifest your inner passion. Now that it has ended for you, in a way, it has been a blessing in disguise, right? It has now, allowed you to, it is now allowing you to become more free, to do what you want, right? To go for whatever that may gives you happiness. It is that creativity. And harvest means it is now time for you to really manifest in this world whatever that you have always wanted to do, whatever that is that your inner passion is, whatever that your inner spark, your inner creative urge. It is time for you to manifest that thing in the world, right? It is time for you to reap the harvest. So the creativity and harvest side by side here clearly talks about, whatever has happened in the past, that relationship closing out, has really happened, for a good cause. And, now it is time, it's actually a blessing for you, right? It's actually a blessing from the universe. It has happened for a reason, because that relationship was like a shackle, right? That's why this Five of Material, if you see the upright, see, this is the Five of Material upright card. So the fact that Five of Material has come out reversed is in a way good for you. See, it is like someone is keeping you, is subduing you. It's like a dark wave, right, was subduing you. So I get the distinct feeling that, even in that relationship, that marriage, it had already gotten sour. It was not working for you for a long time now, and you knew that, right? So finally, now that, it is done with, now you are free to do bigger and better things. You are free to pursue your, creation, your creative art. You are free to pursue your talent. You are free to, do whatever that gives you inner joy. That new gown. And see that gown is so colorful, right? It's like, it also talks about you may have multiple talents, right? So it's time for you to focus on that. Maybe, get that new degree. Maybe, pursue that new passion. Maybe open a YouTube channel. Focus, highlight your talent to others. right? Maybe take that photography course, right? Start a astrology or a tarot channel, whatever it is, right? It could be different, right? Maybe publish that new book that you have been always wanting to publish, right? But clearly, this is the time for you to get up and and find that light, and don't stay in that darkness anymore, right? Come out of that darkness, come out of that that relationship that was suppressing you, that was really dampening your spirit, right? You are feeling suppressed, you are feeling defeated, right? It was not helping you in any way. I think that's why this Y card has come out over here. So it is time for you to ask yourself, walk away from that situation, do introspection, and realize that whatever has done has happened for a reason, and it was a blessing in disguise for you. It is time for you to move on, right? Rediscover your inner talent, creative, and reap the result from that. And don't stay in darkness anymore. Because the more you think about that past that was not anyway serving anything, that whatever you thought was a loving relationship, but it was probably a case of love gone sour a long time back, right? But now I think you are going to find genuine love in your inner passion, in your creative talents, in your inner in that whatever you have wanted to do for a long time. So that's where your love should be now dedicated to. And remember, that's what I said at the very beginning. So the pink quartz talks about healing, talks about finding that inner clarity, that inner peace, right? And in your case, that inner peace is waiting to come through all this other, by letting go of all that creative juices. You have a lot of creative juice pent up inside you. The more you let go of that was so far, it was blocked by this unsuccessful relationship, but now it is all waiting to come out and all waiting to flow out. So that's what you need to do, my group number 3. And I see a lot of happiness waiting for you in that regard, a lot of prosperity, a lot of success waiting for you in that regard, because clearly I know you are blessed. That this is your life's mission, the harvest and creativity, right? That's why the new gown has also come out, right? And a lot of success. See that there's a lot of light, right? It's as if like this. I find this card very interesting, right? It's like a colorful gown with a lot of light, right? So clearly, again, you are people of multiple talents, and whatever you pursue with your heart, and if you give your love in that direction, if you focus in that direction, a lot of success is waiting for you. So it's time for you to definitely move on, and it's time for you to really channelize your love in a different direction, right? Channelize your love from something that was not working out for you clearly, and focusing in a different direction. So that's all I have for you, my group number 3. Hope this message resonates with you. If it does, please don't forget to give me a like and subscribe to my channel, and do leave me a comment. That's how I know what has worked for you, what has not worked for you. And I hope to bring another video to you in the near future. For now, I take your leave. Bye. And for those of you who have chosen this red Jasper, this will be your group, my group number 4. We'll see what kind of a loving love message is coming out from these tarot readings for you. My group number 4, I think in this case, in your case, it's very interesting how, for the different groups, different kinds of love messages are coming out. Because, when we generally think about love, we tend to think about, as if, love between, a man and a woman. But it's very interesting that love can also have different dimensions, right? And how it is coming up, in different cases. Why I say this is because in your particular group, I feel like it's about loving yourself, I feel like this particular group, you may not have been loving yourself to that extent. Now, what do I mean by that? How can you love yourself? It's like, I think because you people are a kind of people, who are pushing yourself too hard. There's definitely something that, you want to do, right? There's definitely something that, you have been looking to do for quite some time. I have that 8 of the materials of the 8 of Pentacles over here. And plus, I have, this co-create card over here. So you are in a process. So you are first of all, you people are very kind. You people are very, you people are good at heart, right? You people are very good at heart. So there's no doubt about that, right? And also you have been trying to, create something, right? You have been in the process of, create something. Maybe, you are trying to open up a YouTube channel. Maybe you are trying to write that book. Maybe you are trying to, get that particular contract, for a book deal, right? So whatever it is, but, you definitely have some sort of a talent, something to offer to this world, and you are trying to make that happen, right? But the problem over here is, my group number 4, is that you are thinking that, first of all, everything you want to manifest too soon, and you want to make it happen overnight, and you want to make it happen by your own self-effort. And when that is not happening, in the proper time, you are feeling like, very agitated. You are feeling very emotionally disturbed. You are feeling like defeated. You are feeling very irritated. And that's what's, causing a lot of, and by doing that, you are actually causing a lot of damage to yourself. So you are passing through a state of imbalance. See, that's why, first of all, you have the conflict and defeat card, right? I think in your case, it is not like this defeat, it's not being caused by anyone else. Or this conflict is your inner conflict. It's not like in anyone else, right? It's your inner conflict, right? It's like, as if, you are feeling too overburdened by your own expectations, right? And when those are not, those are failing to materialize to that extent in whatever time, you have set for yourself, you are feeling defeated. And there's a lot of, conflicting thoughts going on. What should I do? What can I do differently? How can I make it happen to, soon? Right? All that inner conflict, inner turmoil is also causing a lot of distress in you, a lot of imbalance in you. By the way, when I was shuffling for this particular group, I was like, the cards were like, they were like flowing all over the place, right? They were like, so that itself told me that, there's an issue about turbulence, there's a lot of turmoil. And in your case, this turmoil is more about you coming to terms, and setting a realistic expectation for yourself, and more importantly, see, if you look at these two cards, like the co-create, we have the co-create and then we have the grace, right? So these two cards are very important. Now the co-create, co-create with whom? Who is our co-creator, right? It's the universe, it's God, right? It's divinity, right? And plus, you have the grace. Grace, blessing, come to me to set me free. So I think both of these cards, they talk about that need for surrender, need for, trusting, the divine, need for trusting your intuition, right? And that go-getter mentality that you have, like, you want to do everything by yourself, that everything must be done within a certain amount of time, by yourself, everything, and the result has to manifest soon. That is really pushing you over the edge, right? And that's what's, taking away all that prosperity from you. But you have everything. You have the spiritual and material prosperity, all that's assured for you. But what's happening is, in your urge to push by yourself, in your urge to push the boundaries by yourself, you are kind of like, pushing yourself off the limits, right? You are causing a lot of distress, a lot of lack of balance, a lot of conflict in your own mind, in your own health, right? So that's why I said, this spread is about, showering more love on yourself, because I think right now you are not loving yourself enough. In you, that urge to, manifest things, within a certain timeline, in trying to push for things, right? The Eight of Cups materials over here, the Eight of Pentacles, right? You are not giving yourself enough love, giving yourself enough time to heal. All right, so that is the thing. And but again, the thing is, whatever you have been involved in, whatever you are engrossed in, right? That is promising, right? That is promising, and that's going to be, give you the desired results. So here again, so you have the Divine Mother manifest, right? So it's actually the Divine Mother is assuring you that whatever you are after, whatever you are trying to manifest, right? She's going to present that to you, right? So she's holding this golden orb in her hand. This is the orb of prosperity, right? Orb of success. She's holding that out for you, but you have to trust her. So again, there's this Divine Mother manifest card, and plus the grace, right? Plus the co-create. It again talks the same thing. Trust Divine Mother, trust divinity, trust intuition, trust the universe, right? So obviously it's very good that that you people are very passionate, you people are good at heart, you people certainly have some talent, something that you are trying to manifest, and that you are putting in all this work to get that. That's all very good, right? While putting your own work, putting your own effort is certainly very important. But at the same time, this mentality to think that, we can achieve everything by our own self-effort is in a way a little bit distorted also, right? While self-effort is extremely important, because without self-effort, you cannot get divine grace. A lazy person is not worthy of any kind of grace, right? So you have to have self-effort. At the same time, there is also a need for trusting the universe, surrendering yourself, trusting the divine, right? In your case, the Divine Mother, right? And let it happen in the due course of time. Because remember, whatever you set in motion, right? Whatever you are trying to manifest, it needs time to ripen, it needs time to grow. And so now I'll draw your attention to this particular card, the Unfinished Symphony, right? So clearly, you have already, gone over, a certain distance, right? You have already crossed, a lot of path. You have already crossed a lot of ground to make this thing happen. And again, this is synonymous with the Eight of Pentacles card over here, right? And the egg is growing, the egg is maturing. See this egg over here, right? This shows all the potentials that you hold, all the potentials that are yet to emerge, right? So you are sitting on that egg, you are incubating that egg all this time. Now you may be getting frustrated thinking that why the egg is not hatching, but the egg is going, and the egg is about to hatch, and you still have a long way to go, right? You still have a long way to go. So there is no place for frustration, my friend. There is no place for, that feeling that defeated, feeling that inner sense of conflict as to why things are not working out. Things are actually working out, and things have always been working out for you. But you are just in a hurry. So slow down, get that inner balance back. I think that's why you have chosen this Jasper stone. Because Jasper talks about the root chakra. It talks about being grounded, being more balanced, being more protected by Divine Mother. Again, it talks about Divine Mother. It mainly talks about the Mother Earth. But again, what's important is the Divine Mother. So and you also have the Divine Mother over here, the manifest card, right? And again, see this final card over here is the Let Life Transform, right? Let love transform, right? This has come out reversed. So again, it's that need for surrendering. Let that inner love, that love for divinity, let that manifest in you. I think because you people also have a very spiritual side to you. Because as I had told in the very beginning, when I see the Six of Pentacles and the King of Cups over here, I feel like, you people are good by heart. You people are good by nature. You are very hardworking, right? And I think you may also have a spiritual side to yourself, a spiritual inclination, right? That's why I think Divine Mother is ready to give up, give up her wealth to you, or reveal her wealth to you, right? Because she feels you are the right candidate, you are the right recipient, right? So I think you also have a spiritual side to yourself. So let that inner love manifest, and once that love manifests, from there, surrendering to the universe will become much more easier, because where there is love, there is surrender. Remember that, because, and I think that's why this particular spread is about a different kind of love. It's like loving yourself first of all, and secondly also learning to love divinity, learning to love Divine Mother, learning to love, the your chosen God, your chosen deity, right? And through that love, learning to surrender and let the nature take its course. Let it manifest whatever you are trying to manifest in the right point of time. And again, you have made a lot of progress. Success is assured for you. You are sitting on that egg, right? That egg is growing, and that egg will eventually is about to hatch. But just have a little bit patience, right? Just be a little bit grounded. So practice meditation, practice breathing exercises, trust, develop that trust in God, right? Do spiritual spiritual practices. If you're already part of some spiritual organization, do chanting, do japa, do meditation, whatever it is. I think that this is the biggest message for you, my group number 4. That ability to love yourself, and don't push yourself beyond the limit, because your body, your mind can only take a certain amount of strain, a certain amount of stress, right? When you push it beyond that limit, your body will start to betray. As a result, you may develop a lot of health problems. You may develop a lot of mental issues, agitations, anger, that sense of continuous conflict, not being at peace with yourself all the time. So that's what you need to work on. I think that's why you need to love yourself, and you need to love divinity, right? And surrender. And then in due process, whatever you have set in motion is about to come true, is about to manifest. Maybe it has already begun to manifest to some extent, right? But it has more potential waiting for you. There's more success waiting for you. And again, see the harmony. I draw this card. I draw your attention to this card. As I create, I will share. Harmony divine with love and care. Harmony. To be in harmony. And to and to let that grace walk through you. That's what's more important. So I think it's a beautiful message of love. But this message of love is about loving yourself and loving divinity. Making way for God, for God's love. And when the God's love happens, it becomes easier to surrender. It becomes easier to let nature take its own course. But at the same time, doing what you need to do, right? So it's like it's a balance. It's the balance of your masculine side and your feminine side. You see your fiery side, which always wants to get things done, and at the same time trusting the universe, surrender, love, genuine love, right? Healing. That's what. So I think that's all I have for you, my group number 4. Hope this resonates with you, and hope you can act on this, and you can make a meaningful transformation in your life, and there is obviously success waiting for you. So if you like this reading, do give me a like and subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to leave me a comment. And I hope to bring another video to you in the near future. For now, I take your leave. Bye.